Hello, friends. I just realized that my green screen was still up. I was recording video for the Epic React V2, and that's what I'm going to do when we're done here too. So let me grab this URL and stick it in our Office Hours channel, and then we're going to talk about stuff. And also grab that. There we go. And share my screen. Screen share. Boom. Share desktop too. There we go. I'm also gonna sit down because I've been standing up all morning. Okay, so this is office hours. If you've never been here for office hours, you have been missing out because it's so fun. Um, this is just your chance to ask me questions and I will answer. It helps me to answer people's questions while not interrupting my day every day. So let's get started here. Typically, I give people who are actually in the Zoom call, I give them priority. If we run out of questions from folks who are in the Zoom call, then I go to Discord like we're going to do right now. So Bjorn is asking about data management. I'm making a quiz app here. Actually, I always like to say answering this now so that they know that it was answered in the call. Um, with questions a user can make/edit, the form is for this is a full stack component. So far, I'm managing. However, how can I persist the edited values before making a final save to the DB so that page refresh gives the same state back to the user? I was thinking about cookies, but I don't have a loader. The question to be edited is passed as a prop. Could you help me? P.S. The user can also reorder the questions or the answers with drag and drop. Answers have an order prop, so that should be retained before the final save to the DB. Great question. Let's check out Jacob's answer. He's probably right or has good advice. I would treat this as a draft item where you actually save to the DB each time, but the question has a draft or published flag that doesn't change until the user clicks their final save button. All other changes autosave immediately, so you get full persistence on refresh and works across the device's tabs anywhere the user is logged in. With this model, if a user wants to edit a question after it is saved, they have to move it back to the draft state. Otherwise, all their tweaks would be live immediately. Yes, this is a great solution to the problem. As usual, Jacob comes in clutch. One thing that I would note about this also when talking about the edit situation is, let's say that somebody wants to edit their question, and so they change it to a draft state. They make a bunch of changes, and then they're like, "Oh, actually, never mind. Undo all those changes and just go back to what the published version was." And so like maybe that's a use case you want to think about, maybe not, but you could consider having a separate database table for the draft posts or draft quizzes or whatever questions, and then move them over to the published ones later. So that, like there are two options for you depending on what feels more palatable to you. I think both options have great merit. So yeah. Jacob is right. That would be a great solution. As far as like the technical implementation of this, since you're receiving this as a prop, you don't have a loader. If it's a full stack component, you should have a loader. And so yeah, maybe we're talking about different things or something, but yeah, you would use a fetcher that has like an on-change listener, or maybe if you don't want it to be like on every single change that the user's performing, have like a button that they can click. That's probably not what you want though. So whenever they make a change, it will submit the fetcher and that will update the draft post. So yeah, there you go. Good luck. All right, Lydia, it's good to see you again. Answering this now. Um, I have a scenario where I'm wondering if it would be better to use a use effect or just do the logic during render. And I'll open this up as because those take a while to load sometimes. I read in the React docs to avoid using a use effect to adjust state when props change. So therefore, render logic seems the best approach. However, um, I was surprised when I asked ChatGPT It suggested that use effect was in fact more appropriate, mostly due to code readability and decoupling state update logic from other render logic. I never trust ChatGPT when it talks about code readability because it's like so arbitrary and it's just learning from all of us here on the internet, and we all have different opinions. But yeah, interesting. Seems like it might be a stylistic choice, and I'm curious which you think is better. I made a code sandbox example and called it a specific question. Okay, so before I jump into the example, I'm going to say that if you're trying to, um, yeah, yeah. So if you're trying to synchronize some state, then you're probably in the wrong place. You should not be trying to synchronize state. You should be deriving state. And so I'm guessing that's where we're going to get to with this example. So here, let's start with the index. Yeah, nothing in there. Interesting. And then our app, we've got categories and fruits. Are you a monkey? Yeah, but nice. I see. Okay, so you want to auto select one of these things, and when they check the box, you want to actually change this value. Okay, that sounds reasonable. Um, so we're using React Final Form. So just full disclosure, I've never used React Final Form before, but I expect I should be able to handle this on change listener. What? That's interesting. Whoa. Take me back. That is interesting. On change listener. Um, oh, yeah, that's interesting. Hmm. Very interesting. Okay, yeah, this is all React on change state. That is yeah, this is I'm guessing yeah. Well, okay. Interesting. So we've got our form, handle submit. Here's our form. Here's our field. Are you a monkey? Here's our input. I'm just wondering where the state is managed. Okay, so on change listener, when this thing is changed, um, then call the input on change. Wow. Huh. I just gotta, hmm, where, oh, that was from Slack. Do I got Slack open? No, I don't have Slack open. What was that sound? Okay. Anyway, just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing messages from Lydia. She's watching right now. Um, yeah, this is not the way that I would do this at all. Hmm, I got another one of those messages. Where is this coming from? Oh, it's from my family. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. My family has a Discord also. Okay. Um, see, what I was thinking is uh you would manage state. Let's take a look at the combo box. So we've got, oh, now that's interesting. Yeah, this is 100% a thing that you can do. Calling, yeah, calling set state inside of render. Uh, it doesn't early exit, so the rest of your code will run, but React will just throw away the React elements you return and trigger an immediate re-render. This is not a terrible thing, but not something that you do typically. Um, and like it's not breaking any rules. It's not going to cause any issues with concurrent features or anything because it is a thing that you can do. Doing it inside of a use effect, I really don't see any value in doing that. Um, so let's see, scenario two, should this be in items to show? Yeah. Oh, use combo box. Is this downshift? Oh, heck yeah. Fun stuff. Um, Yeah, okay. So and then with this I presume we are controlling the selected item. Yep, we are right here. Yeah, okay. So that you can set the selected item when they check that they are indeed a monkey. Boom. Okay, so the React final form stuff is kind of messing with me a little bit, but let's see. Hmm. So this is a situation where deriving state probably won't work because you want to synchronize it at a very specific time. It's not like if they check, are you a monkey, they have to choose banana. They can check this and then they can later choose a different fruit. So we can't derive state for that reason because um, they will not always be in sync. And so we actually only want to set the state when this changes. Um, which, yeah, very much does sound kind of like um, a use effect thing. Um, but yeah, that like I don't think that this is a problem personally. I think this is fine. I don't really do a whole lot of synchronizing state. So really like what I would, if I were looking at this without looking at the code, I would say, oh, okay, so you'll have an on-change listener on the are you a monkey checkbox. And when that changes, then you'll call set state for the favorite fruit or set selected item for the favorite fruit. So that would be in an event handler. And that would be the the best place to put this. But the challenge there is how do you get the function for set selected item, how do you get that from here into the location where that state is being set? Like where the event handler, where that event handler would be. And you could use imperative handle to expose this as part of your combo box. So then you'd have a ref that you pass to the combo box, and then you call from the click handler on this thing, then you call the imperative method on that. And that would probably be the more appropriate way to do this, even if it is kind of a um, annoying way to do it. But that I think that would be technically the more appropriate way to do this. But honestly, I would not reject a PR that had this. And that's my litmus test. So this looks fine. Would I put it in a use effect? No, no. Like this is not a side effect. Uh, so your render function does not have to be free of side effects necessarily. It just has to be idempotent, which means every time you can call it many, many times with the same state of the world, and the same result will happen. Um, or at least the state of your application or the state of your component, and the same results will happen. And that's important because of concurrent features where React may call your function twice to have two versions of your UI for transitions and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting to use deferred value and stuff like that. So this is idempotent because it's going to do the same thing every time. So it's fine. Um, uh, but if you do want to be what I would say is technically more robust, I guess, is I would use a ref. I wouldn't use forward ref where that's going away. I would just have like combo box ref and then use imperative handle. Here's yeah, and then we pass the combo box ref to this and set selected item past that. And now whoever is rendering this, so I guess our app is rendering the combo box. Now we have a ref combo, or actually it's combo box ref, and we'll come up here, and we've got our combo box ref use ref. Create is not a function. What the heck is that all about? I don't know what what happened. I'm not calling create. Oh, actually, you know what? This is a function that they call create, I suppose. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so then we've got the combo box ref, and then wherever input on. Yeah, this thing is kind of confusing me a little bit because when we call set selected value, that should change that. But anyway, so then we'll say combo box ref dot current dot set selected. Wait, what is it called? Set selected value or yeah, set selected item. Set selected item. We pass in the selected item, which would be um, let's see, initial answers. Yeah, sure. You just identify like what the selected item is. So do we have our initial answers in scope here? Where are those initial answers? I don't know. Hopefully you get the idea. So this is how to me, this would be the more appropriate way to do this. Even though use imperative handle is not typically what you find yourself doing, but yeah, where's this initial answers thing coming from? Initial answer. I want this to work. We're gonna just make this be finished. Answers. There we go. Answers. Fruits. Here we go. Fruits. And then that selected item, answer, input, answer, whatever. I think banana is what we want, right? Hopefully, maybe. Hints failed. File not open in. What the heck? I never know how to use code sandbox this thing. All right. Anyway, hopefully that kind of helps. I don't know what problems are happening right now. Click that. Pass check but to what okay, I have no idea what's going on there. But anyway, hopefully that helps answer your question. I would probably go with the ref route. But if you want to do the this update in line like this, then that also works. But yeah, I'd probably go with use imperative handle. Okay, getting some typing from Lydia, so I'll just wait a second. We're like 15 seconds difference too, so that delay is killer. Definitely helps. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Good luck. This is, yeah, that's a rare case. You don't typically use imperative handle on a day to day. Okay, great. So, I remember this. This is 02, 03 in, which one is it? I forgot what, yeah, the forms, yeah, web forms. Here we go. Let's pull this up. NRD is an alias to npm run dev for me. And we're on, I forgot, 0203, 23. And yes, so we, yeah, let's go set the playground. Actually, let's set the playground to the solution and then start the app and open it up. Yoink. We'll go to Cody's first notes. And if I go like this, we get an error and then I reset and the error is still there. That is what this person is asking about. Answering this now. So that was something that I missed last time is that like, wait, how do we get rid of this error? If I click reset, I want that error to be gone. And yeah, I missed that question. Sorry that I didn't understand the question. Let's see what we can do about it. I'm not offhand, I'm not sure what you would do about this. So let's go to our app. We're in routes, users, username, notes, edit, and reset right here. This is just a regular reset button. There's actually nothing special about this at all. And so we would need to have probably an on click here, or maybe, I wonder if forms have an on reset. On reset? Heck yeah, they do. Sweet. So you would want to somehow update the errors. And those form errors are coming from action data. So let's see. Because you can't update the action data. It's not allowed. And so what you might do is, yeah, what would you do? I wonder if Conform has a mechanism for doing this, for resetting the errors or something. It's possible Conform does. because like we're halfway to on our way to conform at this exercise. So let's just see um, reset. Mm, yeah, there's no search either. That's too bad. This would probably be in um, I suppose you could set the ID to be different on reset. It's interesting. I would probably open an issue on conform. I'm guessing you're going to be using conform. And yeah, I'd probably open an issue there. One other thing to keep in mind is that like a form reset is not typically a product requirement. Some users find resetting the form to be um, like it's typically accidental or something. So I actually did weigh the decision on whether I should include a reset in here, but I wanted to show you like the web can do this and it's really easy. You just stick a button right here and oh, we're not even inside the form, but we can pass a form prop and all of that. So that was kind of what made me think, yeah, reset. Maybe not everybody uses this, but be a useful thing to show them that, yeah, type reset is a thing. Um, but yeah, if you want to reset the error messages, um, actually, no. I was gonna say like maybe we could use a key on something, but yeah, use action data is gonna be what it is. So you would either have to, what does this do without JavaScript? What does this do without JavaScript? I wonder. Let's take a look. So if I do this again, get rid of this, hit submit, and then hit reset. I'm guessing that this is exactly what the browser does if it doesn't have JavaScript. So let's turn off JavaScript, block scripts. No JavaScript now. Do this. Oh, well, let's turn that thing off. Um, add no validate. Okay, boom. Okay, great. Yeah, that's interesting. So the browser will full page refresh and it gives us the default value again with the error message. So effectively will be a reset with the error message. So that's kind of interesting. We could make it behave the same way if we wanted to, but yeah, definitely not going to do that. But yeah, interesting. There are probably some ways to do this. I would, if this is really a requirement for you, you're probably not just using like raw form stuff, and you're probably using conform. I would go and ask if there's an API for resetting the errors with conform. And if there's not, and you really do have this use case, then maybe you can contribute to Conform to add support for resetting the errors. If you really wanted to do this yourself, then like, and you just had to do it right now and you didn't have time, then here's what I would do. I would say, here's my errors and my initial errors. Yeah, action data dot, well, it would basically be, oh, here we'd probably do field errors and form errors. So you'd do state for both of those. You'd initialize them to whatever it is, and then anytime action data changes, you could actually um, I would probably do it in a use effect. But anytime the action data changes, you would update the errors. Um, but then that would allow you to in a on reset on the form to set that state for those errors to reset them to clear them out. So if this is something you really needed to do and conform didn't expose something like this is what conform would probably do is they probably manage those errors for you and everything. But if they don't, for some reason, then you could probably do things that way. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, great. Reina asking about SST. And my take on SST is it's a serverless thing. Um, I know a lot of people live and die serverless. I do not. Well, that's sort of. If you call fly.io serverless. No, okay, fly.io serverless. Here we go. The serverless server. So if if this counts as serverless, then I am a serverless person. But this is just the way that I like to operate is with a full server, long running server. That's what I like. SST is not a long running server, so I'm not quite so interested. Um, I did raise my eyebrows a little bit when they started supporting Cloudflare, so that's very interesting. Cloudflare is interesting to me because it's more than just a serverless in a single region, but it's like, oh, this is like serverless, but it's actually in regions all over the world, and it has some real value proposition over my long running server that also can run all over the world. So that's my take. I like the people who build it; they're cool, but yeah, uh, I don't have time to dive into it because I know already that I probably am not gonna be into that. So because I don't do serverless environments. Okay, great. Amir, what's up? Answering this now. So, yeah, gonna build an AI chat completion similar to ChatGPT. That's exciting. I'm guessing since you're asking about the streaming, well, yeah. So let's talk about how you would stream your responses to the client. Um, HTTP chunk streaming. Um, I'm I actually am not sure that would work. I'm pretty sure that is only going to happen on page load. I do not think that you can. Well, maybe you can. Uh, no, that's yeah. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm less familiar with this. Server sent events definitely works. The example that I have for OpenAI with Epic Stack uses server sent events. Easy peasy. The biggest problem with that is the number of open connections that you're going to have, depending on like the scale of your app. Maybe you've got 100 users and only two or three of them are using the app at once, and so that's not a problem. Um, or I actually don't know what your limits on connections would be, depending on where you deploy, probably. But yeah, you could probably run out of connections pretty fast if you go with server sent events. And WebSockets, same problem. You can absolutely deploy it yourself, and depending on your scale, you could probably scale it fairly well. But yeah, you are going to have run out of connections that you can maintain. And then WebSockets also has a challenge with if you scale horizontally and have multiple instances of your app, the client might connect to instance A, but then uh, it just can get really complicated. So this is where I just say use PartyKit. That's what I would do. I would use PartyKit. Um, yep, I do use PartyKit. In fact, check this out. Yoink. This is right here. This uses PartyKit. It's pretty awesome. Definitely a fan. So that's what I would do. Um, full disclosure, PartyKit did sponsor Epic WebConf a couple weeks ago, like a month ago. So there's that if you want to question my motives, but they're not currently paying me any money. And I am friends with Sunil. So there's that also. But no, for reals though, I would just use PartyKit. Um, yep. Because PartyKit is built on top of Cloudflare and they can handle whatever you throw at them. It's insane how many concurrent connections and the performance is just nuts. So, and they're everywhere. So cool. So I would use PartyKit. Good luck. You definitely could do these things if you're a kind of a lower scale, though. Yeah, you totally could. If that, yeah, but I would use PartyKit. Okay, that's it. Thanks everybody for joining. Hopefully this was helpful and interesting. If you do have questions after the fact, then you are welcome to ask me on the Call Kent podcast. You can record your call right here in the browser, and it is awesome. I need to fix my default. But yeah, so you record right in here and say your name and what you're asking about, whatever, and submit that, and then I will record my response, and it ends up in the podcast. So we're almost done with season 4, which is exciting. So yeah, join me on the podcast if you have any other questions. And with that, I'm going to get back to recording advanced state management, which is the exercise I'm currently working on for the Advanced React APIs workshop. So